guys. Really decided to start this channel just due to the fact there's not a ton of videos on, this setup, a 2500 RAM HD Cummins diesel, towing 10,000 pounds, on a regular basis. So it's about the truck as much as I can. Not super technical, not super mechanical, but I've studied a lot about them. Know a little bit about towing, and I'm just hoping it can help someone out there. And I kind of like making videos, so I'm hoping you'll follow along and enjoy the channel and get something out of it. Again, it's kind of about the truck. Love the truck. 2019. Picked it up a couple months ago, probably about a month ago actually. It does have 13,299. You can see there. Doing a lot of highway lately. Just started the highway mileage, so it's up to 14.7. I'll try and do these daily if I can. If I can't, please stay with us. But try and get the mileage. I've heard of getting in the 20s, believe it or not, if you keep it below 70 miles an hour. So I think that's something we'll try and do, just to see how high we can get the mileage. Anyhow, you're kind of looking at the display here. One of the ones I do like, let me kind of go through this here. Still learning it. Okay, and I'll show this more. Just want to give a little brief thing on it. That's when the trailer is hooked up, this gauge comes alive. It shows your gain, which you can set down here, right there with the plus and minus. Once again your trailer's hooked up. We'll get into more of that later. But that's one thing I like about this truck. It has the onboard trailer mechanisms. And the name of that is escaping right now. I'll put it on the screen. Anyhow, so you got that. You got, your average stuff, your distance to empty, your MPG, your trip, your fuel economy. I'm sorry, there's the range to empty. This is the gauge I like right here. That's what I was trying to get to. It actually shows the temperature of, the transmission, the oil, the radiator, and the PSI of the oil. Now, I've heard some other channels, and I'll put up some text as far as some of the other channels I recommend, and I've learned a ton from YouTube channels. Thank you all so much. But when towing, it can get up to 800 or higher as far as transmission temperature. And then when cooling down, try and get it down below 400. And that's one thing I've learned is, right now I'm warming up the truck. We're getting ready to run it. But, when cooling down, these gauges are super important. Like, don't just shut it off. It's bad for the turbo. A lot of idling is not good for it either, I heard. Please comment below if, you've heard different. But I've heard a lot of idling's not good for them. But anyhow, as far as cooling down this gauge, there's other you can get other gauges and whatnot, you know, external gauges, but I think for now, and I might change my mind if I do anything else, I'll definitely include it, you know, in that department. But yeah, this gauge has been pretty good so far. We towed a couple times already. It's done pretty good. Really love the exhaust brake. Let me kind of pan over here, which is right here. So you just, when you start towing, again, I'll get into more of this later, but you know, I've heard and I've done, I hit tow haul. You hit tow haul right here, and then you can hit this once for automatic brake, and then you can do again for just manual exhaust brake, which is pretty cool. It really slows you down without having to use the brake going down hills and whatnot. So it, you know, again, at 10,000 pounds towing, you know, versus getting on the brakes a lot. Now, mind you, coming out of a Tundra to this is a big difference. You know, a gas motor to a diesel. It's a huge difference as far as towing. Power wise, this does pretty good too, I have to say. You know, the Tundra, you know, it was a 08 Tundra, SR5, you know, I think it's 5.0 we came out of. It did okay, you know, but we took some pretty big grades. And one reason we knew we had to kind of get into something else was some of the grades we were pulling with the Tundra. Just, you know, I don't want to say that it was floored, but it was buried pretty good, you know, gas pedal wise. So we started looking around, went with this, been happy, just did a couple recalls on it. I'll maybe try and do a separate video on that. Everything's been fine. The transmission recall and the I think it's the ECM computer upgrade recall. I was fine with that. One trick here I learned, if you know, when idling, if you're warming up your truck, you can just go ahead and hit, if you want to and kind of increase the idle, help warm it up a little quicker, hit the cruise control. Sorry, I was thinking of it. You guys got to bear with me on this channel. I'm kind of learning things, and again, I'm not super technical car wise. Great driver, know some mechanics, but my old brain sometimes forgets buttons and gauges. So you hit that and then you hit set, and you can automatically, if you guys can hear that, you can hear the RPMs go up, which is a little trick. I think this is more used in cold weather, but if you want to kind of hurry up the warm-up process, you could say, you can do that, and bumps up the RPMs to about 1,000 there. So little trick to get it warmed up quicker, and it works pretty good. Anyhow, so you can see we're up to 122. We're getting ready to tow in a few days. I'm going to try and see if I can be ready for that, and you know, I'll do a separate trailer video and, you know, hookup video, and kind of show those whole parts. I do have some recovery gear I got recently. You know, I'll show some of that too, but I just wanted to do this kickoff video and, you know, introduce everybody, or, you know, introduce myself, you know, to the channel, and hopefully like and subscribe, follow along. And, you know, again, a little different, you know, with the truck and the trailer, which trailer's not here right now, but it will be here soon, and I'll include that. I'll make another video just on the recovery gear, anything else I can think of that's really applicable to towing. Yeah, this is pretty much, this is a Bighorn model. It does have the 4-wheel drive, which is nice. It's more of a base model though. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles of you know, some of the higher end models. You know, it's cloth, not leather, but it's still pretty good. It's got the smaller screen, you know. So if you're looking to just get in the market for a good tow vehicle, I'm going to back down the idle. I'll probably shut it off here in a second. It's pretty much warmed up now, you can see. I'd look at, you know, the Bighorn, kind of the base model. It's, you know, not quite as expensive. Kind of gets you in the game to be able to tow, though, and you know, and have a little nicer vehicle for around town, a little bigger. And if you're off-roading's your thing, you know, does pretty good too on the front end. It's got enough weight to get those tires down and do some decent off-roading. But you know, that's not really our thing. Our thing nowadays is just really just towing the bigger vehicle, you know, having the horsepower to do that, the low-end torque, and you know, that's really our goal now. Just you know, we have a couple trips coming up that I'll try to include you guys on, you know, as much as I possibly can, and you know, can kind of take some of these adventures together. So yeah, again, here's some of the inside of the truck. Again, it's cloth. The back's got pretty decent space. As far as seating, not too bad. Pretty good leg room. You can see there, not too bad. Some of that, I heard the Ford cab might be bigger. Don't know for sure. Didn't really look at those. Done a ton of research on this truck, specifically the setup with the motor and everything, so I didn't really go down that route. But again, welcome guys, and we'll continue to do these, and have a great day.